So I've spent a bit of time doing some art prompts in this book, 365 Days of Art by Lorna Scobie, and now I'm ready to share 30 more completed pages. I've been doing this book for quite a while, and this is part 10 of the book series. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I'll link the playlist in the description. Let's get straight into it where we left off last time, which is prompt 245. Draw somewhere you'd like to visit. This is Mount Fuji in Japan, somewhere I'd love to go someday. I wanted to capture the cherry blossoms too against the sunset and use some basic watercolour pencils on this. We have had a couple of pages like this with the postcard design. I wish I'd put something in the background of the page as well. 246 was draw some cutlery. I just went for your standard knife, fork and spoon. I really have trouble getting gold to look good, so practice a bit with this one. This was with Prismacolors and a white gel pen I blended in. 247, try a continuous drawing outside. Visit a park or beach and draw what you see in front of you without lifting your pencil. This will encourage you to consider the relationship between objects in front of you. I did this in my garden when the daffodils were out. 248, draw some people. The blobs were already there, so I just added some features in. I think they look a bit annoyed about something. I'm not quite sure what. 249, what are you looking forward to tomorrow? So I've bought this planter to put my vegetables in. Hopefully I can put it up tomorrow if it doesn't rain. I'm going to paint something on the front. I'm thinking of painting the vegetables I'm growing or maybe some pretty flowers. I'll make a little video on it to show you how it goes. Let me know if you've got any suggestions on what I should paint. 250, who or what made you laugh this week? I've been watching some old comedies on the telly, stuff from the 90s, and those made me laugh, so I thought I'd draw an old style TV. Both 249 and 250 were done with fine liner and Neocolors. 251, fill in this section with geometric shapes. I just put a load of shapes together. I wanted to test out the Artex acrylic markers in the book. They didn't bleed through, so that's good. 252, today create a drawing using one continuous pencil line. Choose an object and draw the line without taking your pencil off the page. This activity helps to coordinate what your eye sees and what your pencil does. I did this prompt in my last video, doing a prompt in 6 different art prompt books. Very similar to the prompt a couple of pages back. I wanted to brighten this up a little bit and make it clearer that I drew a bee, so I added some colour. Next was 253, add in the horizon or the rooftops of the buildings you can see. Well, the buildings near me aren't that interesting. They all look the same, so I searched for a reference and picked out this row of houses from Germany. I wanted to draw the outline in black pen and then colour in with pencils. I used a gel pen at the end for the windows to make them white. Unfortunately, it looks a bit wonky because I added some extra roof, but it's all about the practice. 254, colour in the boats and give each of them a name. I really enjoyed this. I was testing out the acrylic markers again. You know when you get a new art supply and you can't put them down? Anyway, I really liked coming up with the names. I think my favourite is Jerry the Ferry. 255, practice people watching. Use pencil and work quickly, trying to capture the personality of the person in your drawing. Yeah, so if you've seen my other videos in this book, you'll know I don't like drawing faces. They're something I need to practice a lot more with. The lady looked content in the sunshine, so I tried to capture that. 256 is look at the previous drawing and redraw the elements you like, adding colour. She looks like a completely different person, but I like the colour on her face. This was done with Neocolor too. 257, explore different materials to discover what you enjoy using. Today, experiment with oil pastels to create different marks. You can try smudging them with your finger to blend colours. So yeah, I did a bit of that. I love using oil pastels. I've done a few pages in this book with them. This is the same Art Deco oil pastel set I've used before. 258 was use the grid to design a pattern. This was done a long time ago using some Edding acrylic markers I got in an art supply box. I enjoyed this page. Patterns are something I like making. This was based on a pattern I'd done on a mark making page earlier on in the book. 259 was design a pattern on the fan. I've accidentally covered both of these prompts when I glued them in. I used some masking fluid from another art supply box and had a bit of difficulty getting it off. I'm happy with the blend from the orange to the yellow. This was done with some Albrecht Dürer watercolour pencils, which I love using. .260, sit in front of a mirror and draw yourself. I didn't want to draw a real life me, so I went for an anime style on this using alcohol markers. My eyes are not that green. I forgot how bright those markers can be. .261, here are some shelves. Draw your favourite books. You could show the cover or the spines. I decided to draw the covers of the books I've been looking at buying, so this is a wish list really. I thought it was a good idea to draw these so I could refer to this page when I'm ready to buy another art prompt book or sketchbook. This took quite a while to do, but I'm happy I've got all these down here now. I used Prismacolor and Fine Liner on this page. If you're interested in finding out more about this book, 365 Days of Art, I'll link it in the description. .262, write the names of some of the people who make you happy, perhaps sketch their faces. It can be as simple as you like. These are a few family members and friends. I like drawing the back of people and their hair rather than their faces, and this is Neocolor again. .263, what inspired you today? Doing prompt 261 and drawing all those books, it's made me think about the book I should get next when I complete this one. I've had a few comments from you sharing what books you have, and some of them are on my list. Is there any particular one you'd like to see me try? .264, calligraphy practice. We haven't had one of these in a while. Draw F. Oh, I thought they were S's. Enjoy its loopy shape. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these pages. I just never can seem to get the letters looking right. I don't think it's for me. .265, find a tree, study the bark of the tree and draw the wood grain. This was Neocolor and Fine Liner again. I find myself picking them up a lot recently. .266, draw a bird from your imagination. I keep seeing a robin in the garden. He's here all year round, so I drew a simple version of him. I think this was with watercolour pencils, just having a practice with those. .267, fill the harbour with boats. I wanted to stick something on this page as the background was already coloured in, so I found some pictures of shipwrecks and glued them in. I wanted to create some foam the sea might make when the boats were sinking, so added some of this iridescent medium, which is basically a glittery silver to the edges of the ships. .268, this is one of my favourites. The rule of thirds is a handy trick used to help compositions look visually attractive. Create a drawing using these sections as a guide, placing elements in some of the thirds rather than in the centre. Really happy with how the parrot turned out. He looks really proud of himself. .269, try drawing with line and wash. Use a fine liner pen or sharp pencil to draw something, then add colour and tone to your drawing using a watercolour wash. I did use watercolours with this and really tried to get the colours right on the fruits. I'm happiest with the upside down apple right in the middle. This page was featured in another video where I used different art materials on every page. What I'll do is link all of the other videos where some of these prompts were done separately in the description if you want to see more. 270, fill the page with a pattern. We already had some of these arrows printed, so I carried on the pattern with Neocolors. I think the marks look similar to what was already there. 271, find an image of your favourite piece of artwork. Create your own version of it below. Use materials that feel natural to you. I wanted to recreate sunflowers based on the image on the left and used acrylic markers for this. I chucked on a little bit of glitter as well to add a bit of sparkle and did a background wash with watered down Neocolor. You do have to be careful in this book when using water because it does seep through the pages if you use too much, like on this page unfortunately. 272, when drawing outside you don't need to draw everything you see in front of you. Instead you could just try drawing the areas that interest you the most. I had an idea of drawing some beach houses based on this image and wanted to copy the style in the example. I did find it quite difficult to not draw everything, so I tried to do this one quickly as if I was outside these beach houses, just capturing the details that stuck out. 273, draw an urban landscape, perhaps pick something you wouldn't usually choose to draw. So I wanted the focus of this to be the evening sky, but it hasn't really worked because the watercolour bled through badly. The paint at the top is what I wanted. I think it would have looked good as the whole background, but I needed to switch to Neocolors, which didn't work as well unfortunately. And 274, fill a page with things that are the colour purple. I think I like the aubergine the best. I tried to draw a bubble too, that's one to keep on practicing. So that's 274 prompts completed now, only 91 to go. Please let me know if you like the video by clicking the like button. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.